name is Gary Solomon, and you're watching the Laid Back Bike Report. Hey, we're here with Peter Stull, the bicycle man, also linear recumbents, that's right, and we're at CycleCon, and Peter's going to tell us a little bit about what he brought and show us maybe a little bit about what he brought. So, Peter, what do you got?
Well, we have 4 linear recumbents, long wheelbase, short wheelbase, and we have the linear minier, which fits people down to about 4'10".
Okay.
And our problem is that I drive a Scion XA. And to bring these bikes here, you know, if I put them on the roof, it just messes up the gas mileage, and they might get rained on and bird droppings and stolen and stuff. So I like to put them inside the car.
They look really nice and clean. So
they were all inside the car.
That would explain.
So
it.
let me show you how we do that.
What happens with this bike? Show us.
This bike. Well, it folds. So we'll start by removing the seat. I guess I do stop talking when I fold bikes, don't I?
It's shocking, and I never expected that to happen.
I think that might be a compliment, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. We can go back on the tape and time this, right? I haven't timed this yet.
We might speed this up. See it happen in 15 seconds.
Make me look smart. It'll take a video trick to make me look smart, I'm telling you. All right, what have I forgot so far?
This is happening incredibly quickly. Here's a man who's done this once or twice. Don't tell me the front folds too.
I won't tell you.
All right.
And then it goes into Scion XA quite easily.
Along with all the others that
all
you
the
have
others.
here, so.
Everything in our booth, including the table, was in the Scion with 2 adults and our luggage.
That's just incredible.
We're guys. We don't have much luggage.
And that's what it takes to get here at CycleCon and bring everything with you.
Yep.
So, all right. Peter Stull, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Okay, now we're with Azub and Azub's Hansa Galla here at CycleCon. And Hansa, what did you bring to CycleCon you want to show us today?
Yeah, we brought pretty much all the range we have in the company. Not exactly all the models, but enough of them to explain the range itself.
Okay, and do you have one special item that you'd like to show us today?
Yeah, well, probably I would like to show you the Tricon 26 with a special solid axle.
Okay, what's special about it?
Well, we didn't like the idea of 26-inch rear wheels on the trikes, mostly because they are kind of weak, not stiff enough. The ride is like doesn't feel so solid. So we thought, okay, what we should do to improve it, and we decided to use the technology used on the mountain bikes. So they use wider hubs. So we chose the 157 millimeter wide hubs and solid axles from Synthase, so 12 millimeter solid axles, and those two things together make the rear wheel much stiffer.
More stable, stiffer.
Yeah.
Super. All right, give us a little tour, if you would, of this bike.
Yeah, well, so it's basically our Tricon model, which we do have been doing for a couple of years with 20-inch rear wheel, and nowadays we have the 26-inch rear wheel, so it still is foldable. or even you can even fold the rear fork. But as I said, there is the there is the solid through axle here, wider hub. So thanks to the wider hub, the angle of the spokes is wider, the wheel is stiffer, and there is this the solid axle, which doesn't have a quick release, but there is a show you. There is like a little tool in the wheel, like hidden. So then you just remove it and can use it to simply unscrew the axle from the trike. And yeah, I hope so. This is, it's still pretty quick, and yeah, it's easy to operate. Not really when it's.
And again, that gives you the more stability and stiffness. That's the idea.
Yeah. But still, we have the dropouts. You can change them. So if you need to have would like to have a, let's say, the SRAM dual drive or some electric engines or a roll-off hub,
you swap this out.
You just change the dropouts and make it 135 millimeters as the standard, and then yeah, you lose the stiffness of the wheel, but you can use additional advantages of the system.
A little more flexibility in terms of what you can do. All right. That sounds good. That's a nice looking trike there. So, okay, and so that's Azub from the Czech Republic. We're at the HP Velotechnik booth here at CycleCon with Thomas Wilkens, and he's going to show us a little bit about one of their particular bikes that apparently is a real classic for them. So Thomas, what do you have here today to show us?
So what you see here is our famous street machine, a bike which was already built 20 years ago, or a little bit more, where it all started, where the whole HP Velotechnik story all started. By now it's an instant classic when it goes to touring the world. So it has a super nipple riding, it gives you a super nipple riding experience, a lot of loading capacity. So it's the perfect choice if your aim is traveling the world.
Right, so a great carrying capacity, and it also has quite a bit of suspension built in, yes?
Yeah, this is one of the features that you will find at most of the HP Velotechnik models, both by two-wheelers as well as trikes, and yeah, we feel that especially in the recumbent, especially if you go touring, if you have a great day out, then you need suspension, let's say, to have a more comfortable ride and plush ride.
And that's what it's all about for recumbents anyways, right? That's what we're mostly talking about.
I heard that story.
Thomas, if you could take a minute now and show us some of the prominent features of this particular bike, and maybe what it has in common with some of the other bikes or trikes that you guys have.
Okay, so what's a little bit unique is we have a super short wheeler, which means a very compact handling, mid-height riding position, which gives you a good overview. We call this a kind of panoramic view. And you have the options, although this bike comes without, you have the options of a rear rack here and a lowrider as well, which gives you the capacity of 4 full-size bags plus a top loader if you like. So a lot of luggage to carry. So yeah,
sounds good.
And in the front you see front suspension, gives you extra control and comfort on the front, and the not world famous but the famous HP Velotechnik rear suspension, which is without any bobbing, even if you, let's say, hard pedaling. And so this is one of the things that you will see at a lot of other bikes out of our range.
That's what I was going to ask. So can you tell me how some of the technologies on this bike translates into, say, your trike line?
Yeah. As I said, it all started with this model, and it was extremely important for us to ensure a very, very active ride, means especially active steering, which in our opinion is key, regardless if we're talking about rigid or non-suspension. So especially the suspension technology you will find on all of the other bikes, and that makes HP Velotechnik in a way unique.
I bet it does. It does, from what I'm looking at here. So, okay, thank you very much, Thomas. It's a pleasure. And that's it. Okay, back at CycleCon, we're at the ICE booth with Chris Parker from Cornwall, England.
Yes, that's right.
And Chris, there's a couple of new things here with ICE this year. Can you tell us about it?
Well, the newest new thing we've brought is our new jersey. This is a jersey we've designed from scratch. It's been about 5 years in the making. Making jerseys is a very different thing to making tricycles. All that we know about building tricycles is of no use whatsoever in building jerseys, but we ride a lot, so we know what a jersey needs to be. And so all the features that we want in a jersey, we've tried to design into this one. And
yeah, let's go over some of those features. Okay. What do you have?
Well, we have a low cut neck, so that when you're riding a recumbent, you don't get a big bunch of fabric at the neck there. The zipper top sits in a little garage, so it doesn't annoy your throat there. The inside of the collar is a fleecy material, so it's very soft against your skin. The zippers, YKK zippers, is generally regarded as being the best in the world, because the last thing you want is your zipper to break. Okay, the fabric on the front is a little bit windproof. Fabric on the back and sides completely breathable. No seams whatsoever on the back, because the last thing you want is a seam rubbing you when you're against your seat. Gathered on the front, and a little bit of rubber gripper to stop it riding up. Pockets on the sides, so that coins and keys and what have you that you need to have in your pockets are to the side and not annoying when your legs come up. The pocket is lined with a microfiber fleece, so that your keys or what have you don't dig into you. Just a little bit of cushioning there, and great for cleaning the lenses of your glasses or wiping the cover of your phone. And then we come to the fabric itself. The fabric of the front and rear is a very special fabric.
This is the real breakthrough, right?
This is the real breakthrough.
Do you want to do a test? Let's find somebody.
Spain, so here we have it.
It's in Spain, made in Spain.
Ring and wet.
Okay,
So
let's find somebody. Ma'am, could you come right in here?
So if you give me the back of your hand.
Don't give him the back of your hand.
Is that wet or is that dry?
That is dry. That is dry.
And we put it on upside down, and it feels soaking wet.
Yes.
Put it on the right way up.
Feels dry.
Feels dry.
Yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's what you want when you're out on a hard ride. You got really sweaty. Your jersey will always feel as dry as the moment you put it on. If you get caught out in the rain, you get soaked, still feel like you're wearing a nice dry jersey, even though it's absolutely wringing wet.
Very amazing. All right. Okay, we're back at CycleCon at the ICE booth with Chris Parker, and now we're going to talk a little bit about one of your trikes. What do you have here, Chris?
This is an ICE Sprint. It's a full suspension machine, so you've got 40 millimeters of travel, 1.5 inches of travel on the front end, 4 inches of travel on the rear, so a real comfy trike. 8 inches seat height from the ground, so nice and stable in the corners. A real blaster ride.
It looks like it is. Now, this wouldn't be a folding unit, would it?
It would indeed.
Well, would you be able to give us a little demonstration of such a thing? Let's see what you can do.
Okay, here we go. So, a couple of clips under the seat here. We clip them off. A couple of quick releases, one at the back, and off comes the seat. That's done. Then we drop down the one handlebar, get that out of the way. Hand under here, undo the quick release, release the safety catch, and where we are, we're all done. Straight into the trunk of your car, no problem.
There you have it, one of the quickest folds that we've seen, so that's terrific.
Together, back up, handlebar back up, lock that down. The seat goes back on, get the clip on, there it is, and the other one. There it is. Just the seat angle to your preferred recline. Clamp it up, and you're good to go.
Super. The ICE Sprint here at CycleCon. Thank you very much, Chris.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we're at CycleCon at the Cruz bike booth here with Jim and Marie Parker. We want to talk a little bit about Cruz bike itself. Where are you guys located, and how did Cruz bike begin?
We're located in Lumberton, North Carolina. Cruz Bike started in 2005, 2006. That's when we incorporated. And we started out by making a kit that you could convert a Y-frame mountain bike over to a front-wheel drive recumbent. And then it grew from there. We added one model and then two models, and it grew into the fleet we have now. And we discovered along the way that they're actually very fast, so we kind of unexpectedly became racers. Maria, of course, has done amazing things.
Right, I want to just take a second here. We don't have time to go through the whole story because your story is amazing. But can you tell us just a little bit, Maria, about some of the things you've done in terms of racing?
Sure. Sort of a reluctant racer and athlete. I started doing it just because Jim said, we got to show these bikes are fast. These bikes are fast. We got to show. You got to get out there. So I started. I did my first 12-hour race and I won it, and then just kept on going. I've done Race Across America. I've done a lot of the ultra races in the country. Almost any race that I can get to easily from my house, and some that I can't. So and I have set a lot of records, and it's not me. It's the bike.
Right. You have shown the bike off pretty well.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the idea.
Okay, so let's talk about the bike just a little bit, Jim. If we can maybe step around back.
So, this is the Vendetta. This is our flagship racing bike. So it's got about a 20-degree recline angle, carbon fiber seat that fits really efficiently as for power transfer on the hydroform main tube. So this main tube is hydroform, then it has the nice aluminum alloy seat stay, chain stay, a little bit of passive suspension with the angle that this is, so it's actually a very smooth ride. So this is the standard cushion set that comes with it. Some people add the Venti Sit or other types of cushions to it. Mm-hmm. I actually like to ride with the stock, but some people like the Venti Sit better. It has, you can mount disc brakes to it, or you can use rim brakes in either the high position or the low position, whichever you choose. The high position is a little more aero. Okay. Up front, we've got another disc brake mount if you want it. Of course, the wheels are two 700C wheels. It uses high-end road bike components. If you want to use Shimano, SRAM, Campy, whatever you want, Brifters. We tend to go with the SRAM. SRAM Force is probably our favorite. So you can put on a cassette that is, we use a wide range cassette, usually 11x36 with a compact crankset.
Okay, if we can have a maybe more general question here about the Cruz bike. So people that are new coming to the Cruz bike, I'm sure this is something that you deal with every day a lot. They want to know about, what's it like getting started riding a front-wheel drive recumbent bike. So typically, how long does it take someone to get used to that, and what's that procedure like?
Yeah, I've taught lots of people to ride for the first time. Usually I get people riding in about 5 minutes, but they're not, going to be very good at it, but they're at least up riding around the cul-de-sac in about 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. They're going to be wobbly. And if you practice a little bit every day, and I'm like 10-15 minutes a day, you'll really start to straighten it out in about a week or two. And usually I tell people, don't go out on a busy road until you feel really comfortable on the bike. Don't clip in until you're really comfortable on the bike. Practice starting, stopping. There's a technique to it. So just you give yourself a few weeks to adjust to it. And I think it's best if you kind of just focus on the Cruz bike and not be switching back and forth to other bikes while you're learning, especially, so you learn the technique.
Right. The experience is a little bit different than the regular bike, so you really need to concentrate on the Cruz bike when you do it.
But once you get that with the very efficient drivetrain, can we walk over here? I'll show you. So this shape here is a tetrahedron. It's a very rigid geometric shape that's just like a standard bike. So, and there's a direct connection between the handlebars. So your upper body links to the bottom bracket here and the cranks, so that you can actually get, with a little body English, you can actually get power into the cranks, just like you can on a standard bike. When you stand out of the saddle and you lean, we can do the same thing. It's sort of just a very subtle motion. You don't have to use your upper body, but you can, and it helps when you really want to sprint or climb up the hill fast.
Yeah, it gives you that extra oomph for that.
Extra oomph.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so that's Cruise Bike here at CycleCon. Thank you very much, Jim, and Maria. Thank you. Okay, we're here at the Greenspeed booth at CycleCon. I have a very special guest with us here today. It's Ian Sims, who actually won an award last night. I'm not sure what that, do you remember what the name of that award was? Yeah, I'll put you on the spot.
It was the Recumbent Recognition Award for the Recumbent Industry Recognition Award.
Right, for someone who's done some amazing things in the past, and Ian hopefully will be on our show at another time, and we can talk all about that. But let's talk about what we have at the booth here, what you brought along in the way of your Greenspeed line. What do we have here, Ian?
Well, we have our Aero Trike here today. This is designed for people that have a need for speed. So there's no compromises in this trike. It's built for speed and only for speed. So we have a very laid back seating position. So you're just 20 degrees with this, recline about as far as you can. So the whole aim of this is to reduce air resistance, because once you get up to about 30 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, 80% of your energy goes into just pushing the wind aside. So anything you can do to reduce that, you go faster. Thus the thing's laid right back. We've got an aero section cross member here, so again there's very little drag. The kingpins are reduced to almost nothing. And then we've got a nice large chainring on the front here, very small cog on the back. So if you're going right down, then this has actually got a higher gear than what you would have, say, with a 700C wheel at the back. So the thing handles much better than what you would have with a 700C wheel and goes faster. And then if you want to climb hills, then all you need to do is kick this button in with your heel, and then you're right down in a very low gear.
So what is this? What do we have here?
This is what's known as a Schlumpf drive. It's a Schlumpf mountain drive. So this was a Swiss invention made so that you could climb the mountains in Switzerland just with a 3-speed hub. So that's how this is designed. So
very compact, obviously.
That's right, yeah. Here, low gear, hit this with your heel, and then you're back up into high gear. So that's, as you can see, the back wheel's spinning really fast there.
Right. So now we're going like 60 miles an hour.
That's right. So hit this, go down, put it right down in the gears, and then you can climb a mountain with this gear. We've got 65 teeth on the front here, yet when that's hit down, it's equivalent to 24 teeth.
That's wonderful. So this is a regular production bike that you guys do?
Well, this is a prototype, and this machine is owned by Jim Snyder of Ride South, so we've got his logos on it. Now, we had 2 more to come here, but they're stuck in DHL.
Oh, okay.
So stuck in the system somewhere.
Right,
so
right.
Kindly,
Wouldn't you know it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
When the show's coming up. Okay, super. That's a beautiful looking bike, and I sure appreciate your time talking with us, Ian. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we are at the test track here at Recumbent CycleCon 2015. As you can see, we have lots of people taking test rides, big smiles on their faces as they come by. A little bit of drizzle here, so some of them are moving faster than others. Let's see if we can grab somebody and get a quick response on the trip. Anybody want to stop and talk for just a second about their test ride? Everyone's running away. Anybody not want to run away? Gentlemen, right here maybe would like to talk for just a second. Hey, what's your name?
Ed.
Ed, and where are you from?
Rochester, New York.
Okay, and what are you riding here?
This is Scorpion FX.
Super, and are you just checking out trikes in general?
Yeah, I've kind of want to get off the upright and thought I'd go for this. These are really phenomenal. A whole different ride.
Super. So you're trying a number of different trikes and see what they feel like, and
about 3 or 4 of them today so far.
Super. And you're liking experience here at the Recumbent CycleCon?
Very much so. Yeah, a whole lot more than I thought. We went to the one of the talks about the agility or the impaired
seminar.
riders. Yeah, and it's incredible what they're doing with them. I've never seen a hand trike before, or a hand bicycle before, and
a wide diversity of things to see here. And
absolutely,
very
yeah.
good. Well,
Totally amazed.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. Okay.
Thanks.
And there it is, the test track here at Recumbent CycleCon. Hey, we're here at the RANS booth and talking with the new owners of RANS-Jerrell and Kara Nichols. We want to ask them a few questions about what's happened lately and how that all came about. So, when did you acquire RANS?
Our opening date was February 2 of this year, so about 8 months ago, yeah.
8 months ago. And how's your experience been?
It's been pleasant. It's a great business. It's a great product, and we work with great people. The customers, the dealers. It's been a pleasant experience. Challenging, and a lot of hard work, and more of that to come. But yeah, pleasant.
So, is this the first trade show that you've done with your new company?
We did a small one locally, but yeah, the first real recumbent or bicycle-specific trade show, yes.
So a lot of preparation going into coming to something like this. Is your first real experience on a big trade show? Is there a lot that you had to plan for?
Well, with no prior real experience, it's hard to plan for the unknown. So yeah, we did some planning, but we'll know more next time. Okay. You know, and it's worked well. We've felt well received. We've been in touch with a lot of people, and it's been great.
So there's a huge number of RANS owners that pre-existed your acquisition of the company, and so you've taken those on. But I know what you really have to do is expand the market for your products, and you may have some ideas about where you want to go. Can you give us some idea about what may be in store at RANS for the RANS customers?
Well, initially, our plan for the short term and continuing is to give people a pleasant experience when they call, when they email. You know, so we want them to know that we view them as a person. We view them as a valuable customer because they are. Each person is important to us, and we want to take care of them as a friend and as a customer, as a long-term customer. And I think that's a good foundation to build on for this business and any business. So that is in a nutshell, that's our plan.
Yeah, customer service, no doubt, is where it's got to start. So now, as far as your bikes go, you have your tandems, you have your stick bikes, you have some of these bikes have been around for a very, very long time. Are there some plans for some new bikes, anything like that?
We've always got ideas, you know, we've always got things on the drawing board. But we do have a solid lineup. Randy's a brilliant designer. He's designed a fantastic product, and we got a lot of versatility in it, and you know, a loyal following to what there is. So I think it would be, yeah, we have a fat tire prototype, and the Altera 29 and the Altera fat tire. You know, that's exciting, and some slight changes here and there to make what is here better. And so stay tuned.
Absolutely, that's what we're looking to hear. So, and I have to say, from what I'm seeing here, you've got lineups of people coming here trying out the bikes. They are tried and true designs, and I think you've got a really good start going. So, a pleasure talking to you two. Thanks for talking with us.
You bet. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Joe. That's it. Okay, we're here at the RBR Performer booth with Rob Gentry, and Rob is here showing off a lot of Performer bikes. Can you tell us a little about what's going on with Performer?
Sure. What we're trying to do with Performer is really bring in a line and models that are affordable, yet they're quality. I mean, that's the whole idea. We're trying to get lower prices, so everything you see here is $16.50 or below. And that's pretty good. If you know the pricing of recumbents, that's pretty nice. The welds are great on these things. They're well made. You can get any color you want. That's been a big thing people have liked. And components, we can do different components on it. So it's almost like a custom shop in a sense. So when people want to buy something, if I have it, because I brought it in a container, great. I get it out to them for the price, $100 shipping. And if they wanted something special, like they wanted to be silver with a different seat and a different Grupo, whatever, like I'll do the same thing, same price, and $100 shipping from Taiwan.
How long would that take? Special color or something like that? How long is that going to take?
We never really have been to 3 weeks. It's been maybe 3 weeks has been the longest. Usually it's 2 weeks we get it out.
So that's a pretty reasonable period of time.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with it. Christine and George have been great. Yeah, they really do a good job with trying hard. If I need something, they really put the effort into it.
Okay. So Trikes bikes, what do you think, what are you doing best with? What are people buying?
Oh, Trikes. No, I sell Trikes like in the store RBR. It's like 10 to 1. Bikes are still popular, but it's different, and it's fewer. Every year it gets a little less and less and less.
Like 5 years ago, totally different market, right?
Oh yeah, I remember when I started. It was like 15 years ago or more. It was like no Trikes, and then I got a Greenspeed somewhere in there, and then and then it went plop. Everything was Trikes, and it's been really nice. I'd never thought it would be like Brian Ball saying, it's never going to be more than 10% of the. I kind of thought the same thing, and I was wrong. I'm kind of glad. I mean, because these things are fun. You can go riding. Rails to Trails is great. It's a social bike. You can have a conversation. You don't have to look for that big piece of mud you're going to hit. You can look at everything. Part of your ride. So I think it's really caught on. And not just the speed trikes and the high-end stuff. What I'm trying to bring in here is something that's reasonable, that you can, it looks cool. You're still not paying an arm and a leg. Just an arm, as we say.
An arm.
Yeah.
Right, you only need one to steer, so that's not so bad. So, all right, there's Rob Gentry at RBR Performer. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, we are here at the BentRider booth with Brian Ball, Larry Varney, a couple of notable figures in the bent world, and we're going to talk just a couple of minutes with them about their experience here at CycleCon. Let's see what's up. So Brian, if we could start with you. First of all, 15-year anniversary for BentRider.
Yeah, 15 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Yeah, we're trying to do it up a little bit. We got the 15th anniversary, like water bottles and stuff, put the logo on stuff. We got the new T-shirts and stuff, trying to have a little celebration here. So yeah, I'm very happy it's been 15 years and very, very proud that everybody's supported us and let us last this long.
Yeah, that's quite a legacy that you put together. Let's talk, if we can, for a minute about CycleCon. So what's your experience been here? What have you seen that kind of piqued your interest?
I've seen a whole lot of people, which is good. Yeah, it's been, I think the attendance feels better than last year was. Been a lot of cool stuff, fat tire everything. There's a whole lot of fat trikes, which, being a person who lives in Rochester, New York, where it snows a lot, I'm happy about that. So I'll have something to review this winter. So that's cool. We've had those. They got Greenspeed's new GT 2.0 rode really, really well. I got to play with that a lot yesterday. I like how Greenspeed seems to be updating stuff, but as they update stuff, kind of make it feel like the old stuff. I always loved the old school Greenspeeds, like the GTO and stuff like that. They were fantastic. And I like that he's kind of bringing back that sort of old school feel with a really light steering, and they're really nice. What else did I see? That new cruise bike Vendetta is pretty sweet looking.
The design on those bikes are spectacular. Like, how refined can you get?
Yeah, now they have the paint job to match, and that new Vendetta is pretty sick looking.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, and how about you, Larry? I saw you riding around the aisles here on a trike a little bit earlier, looking pretty spectacular. So what did you see, and what have you liked that you've seen?
I like the trikes. People know tend to favor trikes over two-wheelers, even though some of the two-wheelers are good. That's for Tom Flohr's business. But what I like probably most of all are the people, because people come up and say, oh yeah, we've read your reviews. We really like
Just a minute. No, I mean,
I should have said people. I'm sorry.
You had your
I meant
chance.
people.
You
I meant
really
people.
pretty much had your chance. I'm
sorry.
All right, that's all right. That's okay.
But they mentioned the reviews and that how we help them decide, because a lot of people don't live close to a dealer, and Recumbent CycleCon only happens once a year, so a lot of times they'll buy something sight unseen because of our reviews. And I love it when they come up and they said, your review influenced what I bought, and I really like it, because I keep hoping they won't say, and it really sucks, you know. But
the review was good. It made a difference, and it was right. I mean,
and they're so thankful, you know. It's like, yeah, it's just like we're really doing something good, you know. Right. I'd be doing it anyway, but the idea.
It's nice to have the validation.
Oh yeah, you know. makes you sleep better at night, I guess. But
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of fun meeting the people and riding some of those new trikes and bikes that are out here. I like it.
Yeah. So the consensus really is that it's been a good show so far, and really a lot of people coming through the doors. It looks like it seems like a lot of the vendors are pretty happy with what they've seen, and yeah, it's great to meet all these people, the great people, recumbent people, great
yes,
people.
The great people, the great. That's what I meant to say. The great people.
And there you have it.
Great people.
Okay, and the people are what, great?
I would say fantastic.
Fantastic people here at CycleCon. So, Larry Varney and Brian Ball, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We good? Okay, we're here at the Recycled Recumbent booth with AD Carson from Milwaukee, right, AD?
Yes, absolutely.
And AD has a really interesting story as far as what he does, and I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about it. What is it that you put together here?
Well, I take old road bikes and I learned from Garner Martin his original plan to create what he called the Tour Easy clone. From that plan and from others, Warren Beauchamp wrote another version of this. I built my first version of that Easy clone, taking apart old road bikes and coming into a new frame. And over the years, I've kind of tweaked that formula a little bit, both to make it accessible to someone trying it for the first time and to make a better bike of it. There was a large argument about flipping the head tube in that arrangement. I've been through all of that. I've come up with a design I like a lot. I will sell it. I will not sell it as a plan set. It is on the website as plans for anyone. I will sell a kit version of it, a naked frame such as these are here, and I've sold quite a number of finished bikes that have gotten the kind of reviews that keep me going.
And these are all mail order types of things, right? These are frames that you...
brick and mortar shop or anything. It's all done out of my garage as a hobby.
Okay.
Really.
Can you show us a little bit about what happens with these frames?
Well, you'll see a picture. The website will tell you how to cut apart an old bike. This is part of an old bike, the head tube, and most of it's missing out this way. Well, one of the signal facts that makes this work is the old bikes were made where the top tube was made out of the 1-inch square round tubing, and the rest of it was out of the inch and an 1/8 tubing. That actually makes a very nice telescoping sleeve, just right for a brazing. So if you do that, and then you do a little bit of filing work to make a fish mouth, you come up with a much smaller version of the old road bike frame. That, if you can't quite pan around, but it becomes the mate for the front end of this bike frame. And then it carries on. The old rear triangle is squashed and used, and then there's some new tubing added at the bottom. It's described on the website why the geometry is what it is and why it works, but until you get on it and ride it, you're gonna. I don't know how to end this sentence.
You're fine. I guess
it's an experiment until you get out and on it, and so forth.
So someone who's interested in doing this type of thing, they get on your website, they look at the plans that you have, and then they can either try it themselves or they can contact you about getting the parts they need to put it together.
Absolutely. The whole point of the website is to encourage the first-time home builder. Because it's geared for him. It's geared for someone who hasn't been there but has the necessary. I mean, it's 95% being brave enough to believe you can do it. It really is. And if you get that 95%, the rest of it's there in the plan set and in the learning curve, because there is a learning curve to it. You need the brazing sets or the friend who can do that for you. And you can come back to me for advice. Advice is free.
Now, are you building any of these bikes yourself and selling them at this point?
Oh yes, absolutely. I build probably, well, this year will be more like 30. Most years it's like 50 of these bikes a year.
And so on your website, there's pictures and descriptions of what you have, and people can just kind of get a hold of you and buy them.
I have on the website what you might call the showroom, which is really bikes up against the garage wall of my house. And typically at any given time, there are 3 or 4 that I built that are not on commission, that aren't specific projects, that are just built. So those are for sale on the website, as well as we've gotten into adopting old abandoned manufactured recumbents, refurbishing those and offering them for sale.
Super, super. Okay, so yeah, that's about as green a bike as you can get. You're recycling old bikes.
It was the start,
right.
and still the heart of what I like to do.
It's a great thing to do, I think, AD. So, AD Carson, and we're talking recycle recumbents. We're here at the ATOC booth at CycleCon for the check presentation for Project Mobility. And here with us is Charlie Buchalter to make the presentation. Charlie, tell me a little bit about what ATOC is and what you're going to do.
Well, I own ATOC. We make the Draftmaster and Topper racks. We focus on specialty rack systems for transporting specialty bikes on your car. And what else would you like to know?
No, I guess that's good enough about what you do. So now this check for Project Mobility, what are we talking about here?
Well, apparently I was the top bidder at the industry dinner last night for the booth auction. It was a booth donated by Charles, who runs the show here, for Project Mobility, and so I paid for my booth for next year by being the top bidder to donate to Project Mobility.
All right, and so this check is going to Project Mobility by to the representatives here. And what is Project Mobility? Can you just tell us for a minute what it is?
We provide adaptive cycling for children, adults, and wounded service members with disabilities.
Very good. So a wonderful cause, and great job outbidding everybody else, Charlie. It's a wonderful cause.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go. And there we go. Okay, we're at the HASE booth here at CycleCon with David Black. And David, tell us a little bit about what you guys do here and what HASE is all about.
Okay, well, we're here at the CycleCon. HASE USA is a producer, a manufacturer of trikes and tandems, and we are the distribution point for that. And the benefit of being here at this show is to meet recumbent dealers, to show them the options of trikes and tandems and adaptive cycling, inclusive cycling.
Okay, and so adaptive cycling is also a big part of what you guys do here too.
I would say it's almost 80% of what we do in HASE and in this recumbent world. Yes.
Okay, super. So tell me what we have here. Can you show me what this is about?
Okay, this is the newest 2016 version of a Kettwiesel with a Shimano Steps motor. So it's electric assist, it's full suspension, and it's a folding trike. So that's your base unit, and then we can adapt to all controls on one side, or right or left, or knee braking, toe shifting. I mean, we have a lot of adaptability we can put onto this platform.
Okay, and how about electric assist? Does that have anything to do with this particular unit, or do you do anything with electric assist?
Good question. Yeah, about 50% of the HASE bikes either are sold electric assist or will go electric assist. This particular one is a Shimano Steps. It's a 250 watt motor, average range 45-50 miles before recharge.
Sounds really good. Okay, well, there you have it. This is the HASE booth here at CycleCon, and David Black. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're here at TW Bents at CycleCon, and we're here with Nelson Lin. And Nelson, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what you brought here to CycleCon this year.
This year we bring with us recumbent trike by the name Artifice. Mm-hmm. And this year we re-engineer the frame, make it 14 better. And we've been doing it 16 years. It's a very reliable product, and we engineer it right so it vibrates. The frame vibrates when you ride.
And so a little bit of suspension in the frame that
yes.
just built into the frame. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's no loss in the efficiency. Mm-hmm. And because of the comfort and the efficiency, we have customer riding one of these more than 5,000 miles, and they still want one. Okay.
Wow. So this was a long tour that this customer took.
Yes.
Very, very nice. And so can you show us some of the features of the bike pointed out for us?
Yes. One of the things is that you see we use only the cross-link steering. This way you see that two front wheels, they don't have the same angle when they turn. The result is that at high speed downhill, it's very smooth in the cornering.
So very stable also at high speeds.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
As well as that if you are in a slower speed, especially in an unpaved road, regular direct steering is kind of hard to turn. But this one, customer always joking that we have power assist because it turns so easy.
I gotcha. That's a nice looking bike. Colors, all kinds of colors to choose from?
Actually, we have normally 3 colors, but I'm sure that Brian, who is my people in USA,
your dealer, huh?
They will be able to make everything happen possible.
That sounds really good. And can you give me an idea of what this trike would retail for?
This one, okay, depends on the equipment. We will be looking at from 2,500 to like 3,200.
Very good. Very nice line, and I appreciate you talking with us. So, TW Bents here at CycleCon 2015. Okay, we are at Trident Trikes here with Tom Flohr. I'm sorry, and Tom, what do you have at your booth this year?
Well, we actually have a lot of new models this year. We make 13 models total. 2 of them are new this year. One is a fat tire, and the other one is something we call Trekker, which is right in front of us here. Trekker is a hidden suspension trike, and I don't know if you can kind of get down to right there, but the suspension is hidden in the frame, which is something unique. It really shortens the whole rear end up about 6 inches, so you have a much better road feel to any other suspended trike on the market. This one has a flat wheel fold, sells for $23.49 as a 20-inch, which is what's here. We make it as a 26-inch rear wheel as well. Sells for $24.99, and we're really excited about this. All the riders here at the show have also told me this is one of the best riding trikes that have been here.
So let me ask you this: so you have 2 sizes for the rear wheel. What's most popular? What are you selling mostly?
Well, we only make one other model with a 26-inch wheel, although the rest of ours are 20. So, but we're anticipating the 26 is actually going to sell better than the 20, just because this is what riders want and just what everybody else is selling out there. But it's hard to tell right now.
But you'll be prepared either way, right?
We're prepared either way. The first ones are going to come green because we painted every one of them green, the first batch.
But I was going to ask you about colors.
Red and blue after that. So, as with all of our trikes, they come 95% assembled. We do have dealers all over the U.S., Canada, and Europe as well. And it'll be available hopefully at all of them shortly. This will be out in November.
That sounds great. So more information, what? TridentTrike.com?
Trident Trikes with the S at the end.
With an S. Trikes. Okay. Very good. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tom. Okay, we're here with Ken Messier at the Ti-Trike booth here at CycleCon 2015. And Ken, you have some interesting looking, titanium bikes here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you brought with you this year?
This year we brought a titanium frame T250, which is a power assist trike. We also have a manual trike, and we also have a hand cycle. All of them use a titanium frame, which is an H frame, so it's a little different than what everybody else is using, and the H gives us much more stability in the rear end. It's a 2-piece seating system, which is different, that the seat back slides up and down on a rail so you can get the exact positioning for someone for comfort. You also will recline all the way back to the wheel, so you can be almost flat out like you can on any of the other bikes, but you also can be sitting almost straight up.
So a lot of variability and some flexibility there.
Huge flexibility with it. The other advantage, which a lot of the dealers like, is that on the seating system itself, there's a 1-inch rail, and we moved along the 1-inch rail the back seat. What that allows us to do, instead of changing the boom or the chain length, we're able to change the size of the bike from somebody that's 5'1" to somebody that's 6'2" without any change of the boom or the chain. We use 90mm drum brakes, because we feel that the drum brake is requires much less adjustment than a disc brake. It's also, because of the power assist that we have in this, the motor that we have in this is a much stronger braking action. The motor that we use is a 500-watt motor with a direct drive, and it's a geared motor with a freewheel. The advantage of that with the freewheel is that if you lose power or don't have power, we have a 9-speed derailleur with a 2-speed planetary gear in the front, so it's 18 speeds, and you can ride it like a regular bike without any. It's not like riding through sand.
Right.
Like
you can easily get where you need to go.
Where you need to go.
Super.
We have the Patterson FSA Metropolis planetary gear on every bike that we make, which is an internal gear that you can shift at any time. So if you come up to a stop sign and you had forgotten to shift, you can shift to the low position without moving the bike. Our power assist system has 5 levels of power assist, so you can have 5 plus 0. So you have 0 and 1 to 5. The 5 levels of power assist are 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20 miles per hour. So we always keep it the max at under 20, so it's a bicycle. The federal law is that you've got to stay under 20 miles an hour with a power assist. So that's the maximum speed. We also have a throttle override. So if you're at an intersection and want to go through that intersection, you don't have to start powering up. You can power up right away and get through the intersection.
Right through there.
We have the braking system. We also can make adjustments to. And with that braking system, we can put one brake on one side which does both. So if you can't use one arm, you can have everything set up on either the left side or the right side for somebody who has a disability.
Super. Can you give me an idea of what kind of price range are we talking about for these bikes?
The power assist is $55.95 retail. The manual is $31.95. Okay. And so it's competitively priced with the other trikes that are here.
And the dealer network kind of set up?
Dealer network, right now we have about 20 dealers nationwide.
Okay.
We're still looking for dealers. We will not open 2 dealers in the same location or in nearby locations.
Okay. So and more information, what we're talking, Ti-Trikes.com, is that right?
Ti-Trikes, and it's Ti-Trikes.com.
Okay. Ken, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we're here with Pat Franz at TerraCycle booth here at CycleCon, and Pat, tell me what you brought this year to CycleCon.
Well, we brought a number of the different things we make. We didn't bring everything we make, but we did bring the fairings, seat side mounts, some of our handlebar mounting accessories, number of idlers and things like that. But we brought a whole bunch of flags because we want to show off purple sky flags. We're really proud to be doing purple sky flags.
Those are beautiful. All right, let's go by maybe one by one. Let's start with the fairing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is our WGX fairing. It's our most popular trike fairing, which is why we brought it here. It has the fold forward mount for getting on and off. Another thing that a bunch of people don't realize is how easy it is to get the fairings off for transport. Basically, they pop off and they roll up. So if we're getting a fairing on and off for transport, say in your car, it's a matter of minutes. It's a matter of minutes.
Very nice. All right. What else we got?
Some of the things here, we have seat side mounts, very popular for trikes. It's really nice to have something right by your side. You just pop it open, get your food out of your camera or whatever.
Beverage.
Beverage, yeah. And The bags are standard upright bike handlebar bags, and there's a lot of them made out there, some very nice ones. This is an Arkell bag, and it just pops off, has a shoulder strap, pops back on. You know, very easy to get along with. We're also showing some of our handlebar accessories. We make a lot of different things for holding lights and
cameras,
GPSs and cameras and things like that. Computers right around your hands where you want them.
Super.
We've got the bottle mounts that hold 2 bottles, and you can swivel the angle on them from 45 up to 90.
Okay.
But the other thing we're really happy to show is Purple Sky flags. We bought Purple Sky back in May, and it's really fun to be making flags, and we make them the way that Purple Sky did. They've always got a lot of different colors on them. They've got a 3M reflective on the spine. They've got high visibility reflective tassel floating around, and then we can customize them. Different levels of customization. If you're big like Ti-Trike, you want to buy several hundred, we can do completely custom graphics. But if you want to buy just 10, we can put reflective material on there with whatever saying you want on there, or whatever logo or anything like that. So if you're doing a ride or something like that, you want
bike group
or anything like your local bike club or whatever, you can have your logo or your name on there or whatever, and do it on a flag.
Those look sweet. So, yeah, I like them. All right. Anything else? What about idlers? You have any idlers?
Oh, we got idlers.
I mean, this is what I know. I use them myself. So
we make tons of idlers, of course. We have a new one, a 23-tooth sport idler. So it's a lower cost version of our 23-tooth idler we've been making for years. All metal core with 70-75 aluminum core and steel bearings. Much less expensive. This is 70 instead of 120-ish for the titanium version. But you're going to be seeing this on a trike called the Dumont.
Dumont, yes.
Yeah, so we're very excited about that.
That sounds sweet. All right, sounds good. You guys are the accessory masters. I mean, honest to goodness, you guys have about everything. So very good. So that is TerraCycle here at CycleCon, and Pat Franz. Pat, thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for coming back.
We're here at CycleCon with Tim Brummer of Lightning Cycles. And Tim, I was wondering if you could tell us what you brought this year to CycleCon.
Well, we brought everything, but probably our newest version, completely updated, is the Phantom 2. And we've made a whole lot of improvements to this model, and it's proven to be very popular. It's got great performance as always, and some more user-friendly features like now we've got.
Let's talk about them. Tell me what you have.
Now we've got the mountain bike type push-button shifters that the entry-level riders seem to prefer that. And then the frame, it's a new powder coat. The finish, it's metallic. Then, like here on the small one, we have 2 sizes. This is a small size here for riders from 4'10" up to about 5'6". And stock, we put a 160 millimeter crank arm length on it. Okay. So that's great for the shorter riders, and everybody wants shorter cranks. Okay. So we come stock with the shorter cranks, and it's a nice triple crankset. You have a very wide range of gearing.
Right. It's got a pretty small granny on this, sir.
Yeah, it's a 30-tooth. Standard. Okay. And of course, it's got a big chain ring too. It's 48. Okay. So it gives you a nice high and a nice low. And in the back, it's the same wide range. It's from 11 to 34. So you got a really nice low gear for climbing, and a high gear for cruising and passing all the upright riders.
Which is what it's all about, really, right?
It does, yeah.
So you mentioned the powder coat on the frame. Can you give us an idea what sort of colors are available?
Well, there's only 2 colors because it's a production line bike. On the small, it's a Brazilian blue metallic, and on the large one, which I don't have here right now, so that's a strawberry red metallic. So very nice colors.
Very good.
Yeah.
And
the seats we've changed where the front of it now is rounded like this, so it's more aerodynamic. Plus, it's a lot easier for people to get their feet flat on the ground. It gives you a better angle. when you're putting your feet down. So even the shorter riders
makes some sense. They feel more comfortable being able to get those feet down.
Right, exactly.
That sounds great.
And some of the traditional features we had on the Phantom before, like pull the bag off, just the way the seat mounts. It's the 4 little knobs. It's a very secure mounting, but you can take it off without any tools, put it in your car or whatever.
Super. So,
and of course, we still have the tilt steering, something nobody else has.
Down and,
and it locks down in position. It's not wobbling when you're riding. So yeah.
Ultimate adjustability.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, exactly.
That's just super. How long have you been making recumbent bikes, Tim? Just a little hint.
40 years.
40 years. So
started with a White Lightning. Yeah, back in 1976 when I was in college.
Yeah. Well, we'll get together and talk some more about the past, but there is plenty of history in this bike and the bikes that you brought and what you've done.
Yeah, we've got 40 years of refinements in there, and it shows. Yeah.
So it's not a Johnny-come-lately kind of thing at all.
Right,
so, Tim, a pleasure to talk to you. If people want to know more about Lightning cycles,
lightningbikes.com.
Lightningbikes.com. Tim Brummer, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Charles Coyne from Coyne Publishing, the publisher of Recumbent Tandem magazine, and maybe more importantly this weekend, the producer of Recumbent Cycle-Con here in Cincinnati. Charles, the show, as far as I can tell, was very successful. We had great crowds, very happy dealers. How is it from your perspective? Was it a good show?
Well, any show that I see so many smiling exhibitors and dealers and consumers wandering around with contented looks on their face, it's a very successful show no matter how you measure it.
We had trikes and recumbent bikes flying around out in the test track. We saw quite a few of them actually here in the aisles, and people all had smiles on their faces, looked like they were having a great time, and saw a lot of new people here, maybe not recumbent riders to start out with, maybe converted to recumbent riders. So is that part of what you're after here?
Well, in an ideal world, everyone would ride a recumbent bicycle or tricycle as far as I'm concerned, but if we can help bring more people to bicycling in general and recumbent biking in specific, that'd be a great thing. We did have a lot of people that were not avid cyclists of any style, and so they had a lot of interest in the recumbents because for whatever reasons, traditional diamond frame bicycles are not of that great of interest to them, but the recumbents are of the great interest to them. So I think we had a lot of people. We may not have converted a lot of diamond framed riders, but I think we are filling the needs of a lot of open-minded potential new recumbent riders.
I think you're right about that. So, okay, successful show this year, obviously. So let's talk about next year. What's the plan?
Next year, the show will again be here at the Sharonville Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. It will be October 8 and 9. The industry day will be October 7, and the show will be here at the Sharonville Convention Center for the foreseeable future. The folks involved with the convention center here treated us like rock stars, and by that I mean all the vendors, anything that anyone could have asked for. The convention center people were right here for us, and central to our needs as a producer of an event is being geographically accessible to as many people as we possibly can. We had people driving here from all over the country, from California all the way to Florida. Pretty amazing draw, and the good thing about this location in Ohio is it's freeway close to so many states.
Right. Actually saw at least a couple of people from Canada as well, so you really were drawing.
You betcha, eh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they said.
That's what they say.
So that's awesome. So I want to thank you for putting on such a great show. I wanted to thank you for the support that you've given to the Laidback Bike Report. I think maybe next year we'll have you on before the next show. You can talk a little bit about what you'll expect to see then again.
Sounds good, Gary, and I appreciate your support. You've done a very good job. You have a very professional program going on, and that's a real asset to the recumbent community.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate the kind words there. So that's it from the 2015 Recumbent CycleCon. Thanks. Okay, so that's about a wrap here from the 2015 Recumbent CycleCon for the Laid-Back Bike Report. We've had a great time here, talked to a lot of interesting people, and we're going to put together an interesting video, I think. Travis Preble right here on my right side has been super and helped me out with the videos, and we'll be looking forward to seeing that. And my great crew back here, Marilyn and Phil and Janet and George, helping me at the booth. Lots of people coming by to check us out and finding out what the report's all about. So I hope you'll watch future reports. And that's it. So long from Cincinnati, Ohio on the 2015 Recumbent CycleCon. See ya. My name is Gary Solomon, and you're watching the Laid-Back Bike Report.
Well, that's definitely stopping with energy.